What is up, my Remilia? Hope everyone's having a great Saturday. I just got off of Grant's thing. I think I forgot to end that stream, so hopefully you guys can find this one. I came in unannounced, and but yeah, I had a good time. I was backstage for a little while, and I was like, shoot, and then my internet cut off, and so I had to restart. So I got put to the back of order. But yeah, it was a good time. I like Grant. You know, he calls it like it is. I know that he loves the fact that the Niners lost. Thank you, Stockton, my brother. But yeah, man, yeah, I'm glad that he doesn't like other content creators cut you off. And but yeah, man, I imagine the Rams can sign a Chris Jones, um, maybe a Juwan Jennings, which we can draft another quarterback. I like Demarcus Robinson, but I say some of those things to put that in the back of the Niner fans' head because they're listening to it, even though they don't like me. They're listening to it like, oh shit. The Rams can sign Chris Jones. The Rams can get Juwan Jennings, and then you put him with Puka and Cup. But yeah, he's not gonna Stockton, he's probably gonna make me wait forever, or he's gonna cut me off as soon as it starts getting good. I'll get something off on him, and he won't let me stay in there. Stockton says Chris Jones already said he wants to. Yeah, he wants to run it back with him, but money talks. You know, would we break the bank for Chris Jones? You know, he already has 2 rings there. They want to do for the 3-peat, so that'd be a hindrance. But money talks, as Von Miller will tell you. But imagine Chris Jones along next to AD, and then when AD rides into the sunset, we have Chris Jones and Kobe Turner. Yeah, I saw that you want Ayuk. I like Ayuk too, man. But he might cost too much. We might be able to get the bargain basement Ayuk and Juwan Jennings, but Juwan Jennings is pretty good too. If we lose Demarcus Robinson, if we ever to re-sign Demarcus Robinson, we don't need him. But yep. Ayuk doesn't want to be in Santa Clara. Yeah, it's hard to tell because the money talks. It's just like Debo. We were like, oh man, he's gonna leave, and then he came back. They gave him money, and he was they're posturing for a contract, but we'll see, man. But I had a good time, man. I like watching Grant's lives because he gets on the Niners and he's not a bandwagon. He used to be a fan. I didn't get a chance to tell my guy Payo Grant's not a Niner fan. He used to be a Niner fan, but he just he covers the Niners now. They're not going to be able to pay Ayuk and Debo both. No, they're not going to be able to. They're going to have to adjust some things. The one thing it didn't come to mind because I was waiting for a while, was about Nick Bosa and the Niners running the asylum. When I gave the comment about Kyle Shanahan, I would call him incompetent. He's a great play caller, but as a head coach, I always called him incompetent. And here's another reason why: lying about the did he know, did he know, did not know. Another story about the coin flip and to getting the ball first. The way he handles the team, the way he fired Steve Wilkes, made it go down to the field. Which is your team; you do what you have to do, but it wasn't the defense's fault. And to me, I don't care what they do. I mean, they can keep ruining that ship. I don't care. But just looking at things, it wasn't the Niners' defense fault in this game that they lost. It was the fault of the offense. You have to score a touchdown versus Mahomes. Imagine it's the Rams, and we're in OT against the Niners. Against Mahomes in the Super Bowl. And we kick a field goal. I'm like, damn, man, we got to kick a touchdown. We got to get a touchdown. A field goal is not going to stop Mahomes. He could just tie it, and then you have to have a hell of a defensive effort, an all-time defensive effort to stop him from getting a field goal, because you can't play. Well, in the Super Bowl they let you play a little rougher, but I was going to say there could be a PI or whatever. They get down the field, and Mahomes can scramble. You got to get a touchdown, even if he made the mistake of getting the ball first with the rule change. You got to get a touchdown, and but kicking the field goal, that's basically saying, "Oh man, we're ahead, but we're going to lose." Stockton, Shanahan is not a great play caller. That's been proven over and over. He's got a good script. He's got a great script to start a lot of games, but a lot of times, like I said with Grant, the Niners are the better team. So that is what that is. Stockton says Shanahan needs a scapegoat. That sucks for Steve Wilks, but and the other thing too is who I'm surprised that guys want to come in. Look at now that he fired Steve Wilks. There's going to be some guys be like, man, are you going to fire? I want in my contract that if you fire me, I get a bonus. Because that's really, I can see him firing him because of the effort in the playoffs, but also it comes down to your head coach. The team is basically, to me, the team's not respecting you as a head coach. If you have like a Chase Young, moping around, lollygagging around, it's not just on Steve Wilks and the effort that some of the secondary guys were giving when it was called out. That has to do with the head coach, and they're not respecting him. And so, to me, that's not all on Steve Wilks, but Steve Wilks had the number one top 3 defense in the NFL with all these guys. And they went all in, and I'll leave it to Santa Clara to be the team that goes all in can't win it. They went all in and can't win it. They got CMC, basically the best running back in the NFL. They have a quarterback who's a Pro Bowler, and they kept comparing him to Kurt Warner. Or what about these stats? He's better than Joe Montana in this part. He's better than Steve Young in this part. He's the next whatever. And boom, Ayuk had as many touchdowns as Brock Purdy did. Jacques 42 says, sup, Rudy? Great call on Grand Stream. Thank you, man. I should have waited until he called me on. And then, but no, maybe it's okay that I did it this way. That way you guys can come in the chat. Because I was backstage, and then as I was backstage, my signal went away, and I had to re-log in, and so I got put further back. Maybe I don't know, but maybe next time I'll let it go for a little while and then share it, because it takes a while for me to show up on there. Try says Ramelia own Grant like a well, I like Grant. It's not about that. Try, I appreciate you though, man. Grant is not a just so you guys know, Grant is not a Niner fan. He used to be a Niner fan. He covers the Niners. That's his job. But he gets on them as much as I do. That's why I appreciate him. But yeah, he that's why he was laughing at it and agreeing with some of the stuff that I say. Me and him have a really, really good rapport when I talk about them. That's why he doesn't cut me off about the Kyle Shanahan is incompetent and in the regular season empire and all that stuff. Stockman says Grant doesn't disagree with you with what Rudy was saying. Yep. Yeah, a lot of people think because he's the content creator for the Niners and he does his own thing. He talks about the Niners, covers the Niners, that he's a rah Niners. No, he's not. He really isn't. He doesn't really care that they lost. It's actually better content for him. Stockman says it is crazy that in all of KC Super Bowl, not a single holding call, LOL, and they lead the league in holding penalties during the year. Wow. Yeah, that's one thing. And it's funny that Niner fans are now complaining about holds and calls. Where was that when the Puka Nacua didn't get the call? They were like, shut up, excuses, or when they hit Stafford and they knocked his block off, late hits, 2 straight late hits. One was worse than the other. No call. They didn't care about that. Or when we play Santa Clara and their guys are triple teaming and holding Donald, they're like, that's the way it goes. So Ayuk didn't throw a touchdown, Rudy. That was Jennings. Thank you. I messed up on that one. Jennings. It's a Niner, whatever. Damn it. I was thinking it was Ayuk. I had Ayuk on my mind. I said, damn it, Jennings. But yeah, hopefully everyone got the point that there was a Niner wide receiver. I should have just said that. A Niner wide receiver had a touchdown just like Brock did. Steven said, what's up, Rudy? Good morning. Man, I appreciate you for treating my family with much respect. I met you at your job, and you gave them a Marina sticker for me. Oh, that's cool, man. Appreciate you, brother. They were cool, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. That's awesome. I'm going to have, just so you know, Steven, thank you, brother. I appreciate you doing that. No, you're fine with the spelling. I understood. I have gear that's long overdue. It was supposed to come out last year and beginning of the year before. And so I'll be having stickers and stuff. I'll give out stickers and wristbands with positive Ram sayings in my channel. And thank you, Stephen. I appreciate your family. Were great. And I always try to give my Ramelia love out there. And whenever I see, like, if I would see you and you had a gear, I go, "What's up, champ?" Because we won the Super Bowl recently. I fist bump. "What's up, chump?" "What's up, champ?" "Chump." "What's up, champ?" That's what I meant to say. My Ramelia. So thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, they were great. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. And but yeah, so hopefully my gear will be coming out. It's gonna have always positive sayings for the Rams and building the Rams community and stuff like that. So thank you, man. I appreciate you. Steve Ross says Riverside is in the house. Yes, indeed, baby. Riverside, the right side. Thank you, brother. Tribe says Rudy is right. Kyren Williams has passed up CMC. Kyren Williams. Now, CMC is already been in the league for a while, been one of the best receivers in the league. He's already at his plateau, right? He's already where he's going to be. Kyren Williams is like right there already in his second year. He's got a lot to learn. He's got to build up his body a little bit more, get a bigger frame, strength wise. But he's just as effective. And as we can see, CMC can fumble too in the wrong time. But that was a big, crazy thing in the Super Bowl. CMC is one of the guys that you want to be able to rely on. And he had him going in that first drive. Fumble. And that fumble was way out there too, man. That was crazy. Rudy's to-do. Yes, indeed. So says Rudy, to-do list next season, new laptop, get monetized, get merch sale, shave head for fashion. Oh, but yeah, so the monetized thing, I said this before, but a lot of people, the way YouTube works is you get likes and you get everything with the channel. If you guys ever forget to likes, that's what it helps the channel. People can find you. The algorithm puts you in the, whenever you put Rams, it'll show up my channel on the back end of the searches. That's where the likes help out. My views on videos that I cut. And then I have like double, triple the amount of views that I need to get monetized. I would have already been monetized in my going into my second year, year on my channel. This is the third year. And but I have a lot of videos that have like Rocky music or I have my El Rey music from with the Super Bowl background, Super Bowl videos with Vicente Fernandez. And so because they're copyrighted music, I don't get credit for those views. So I just have to delete those. And it's hard for me to go in there and, oh, those are my babies. I have them on my computer, but I like to have access to them. So I wish that YouTube was more like Instagram in that fact that you can use those clips, because I'm not profiting. I'm just giving the viewers a better experience to me. And also too, what is wrong with that? That, oh man, what was the name of that song? Oh, okay, I'm gonna go buy that song on iTunes or whatever, but yeah, so I got to go in and I got to delete those videos and then resubmit it. And I said I was going to do that, but I'm lazy with that. There's a lot of them that I have to go in there and like, man, that's like, but yeah, I would have been monetized a long time ago. Yep. Dano says, any update on Rambo? He was around yesterday. He hasn't really replied to me on Twitter, but so as far as Twitter, he's still MIA. Think of all your money you're missing out on. Get motivated, Corona. Of course, I like money. I need money. We're going to be trying to move soon, and still in Riverside, and but it's not for like my channel. That just shows you, not that I'm, I told you that I'm lazy, but you get off of work, you do your channel, you hang time with the grandkids. I got to go in there and I got to literally delete the video now, resubmit it. I will do it. But that's not really my main goal. Cause like I started out this as my channel as a hobby, to show Ram fans, videos from when I tailgate. And I really haven't done that. I turned it into my channel now, and we talk here on lives and I post fun videos and we hang out. But I will get on top of that. And, that way you guys could support the channel. And then with that money, I can use to upgrade things that I need for the channel, and also go out and buy stuff to give away in raffles and not raffles, but questions. I asked you, oh, so da 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 da, you're winning, you win, blah blah blah. So stuff like that. Stockton says, Rumble is in depression and drawing an excuse. Oh, you're too much, Stockton. Leave out the lip thing though. Leave out the lip thing. That makes me kind of like But you're good. Steve-O says we will get a ring before Rudy monetize. Well, no, I mean I'll be monetized now, except for I just have to delete those videos and then just resubmit it. But yeah, I will get on it. But no, yeah. No, not Steve. I really don't think it's in the cards for the Niners to get a ring with Kyle Shanahan. Steven says we're going to have to get Rudy a Rams theme song. Go and come up on some Rams rappers. We know you're out there. Yeah, there are some Rams rappers. I saw that there's some Niner content creators like Wayne Breezy has a theme song and stuff like that. And yeah, there's other music that I can use. So yeah, that will all change in this next season coming up. Corey Levine says, "Where the 49ers defense coaches was the 49ers defense coach a scapegoat for Kyla's offense mistake in the game?" Yeah, he was a scapegoat. Yep. Art 2 says Shanahan fired his DC instead of taking accountability. What happened to those 5 Pro Bowlers on offense? Exactly right. And his genius play calling. Sean McVay is a better coach. I believe that with every bit of my being. One thing that, because of the personnel with the teams, the Rams now have Kyren Williams, but they also have that shiny gem, that elite quarterback in Matthew Stafford. So when you have a guy like that, man, you want to throw that rock, boy, but you got to remember to run. Kyle Shanahan has Brock Purdy, but he's not a Matthew Stafford. Don't get me wrong, but he's more accurate than Jimmy Garoppolo. He's younger, he's more mobile, but their personnel was different as far as like the running game. They got a Trent Williams on the left side. That's normally where they run. And but so his hindrance is that game that the play calling that McVay does with the crossing patterns. They do some of that. They could have used those crossing patterns against the Kansas City defense to get some of those scoring plays. Juwan Jennings crossing. They do it at times with the running back, with Kittle. But yeah, so McVay has the edge when it comes to crossing patterns and passing play calling. And then Shanahan has the edge because he's worked with a running team and longer than McVay with the Rams, and the personnel's different on the running play schemes. So I said, what's wrong with I don't know, man. I'm just like Steve says Ward had the most picks of his career, but both had 3 more sacks than Kinlaw. That's why Wilkes was fired. But you guys but Steve-O, like I said, it doesn't matter to me what they do, but Steve Wilkes had to learn the team. You guys lost Al Shire. Greenlaw was in and out of the lineup. So was Armstead with plantar fasciitis or whatever you call that. Fasciata. That foot injury. Tufunga got hurt. He still had that defense playing, and they were still a top 3 defense. What else do you want? And the secondary was better with Wilkes, and the defense wasn't the reason why the Niners lost this Super Bowl. Even with that giveaway touchdown that they got from the muff punt, they only gave up 19 points. Take away that muff punt, that's 7 points. Niners win the Super Bowl, he probably wouldn't have got fired. That would have been interesting to see. If the Niners won the Super Bowl, do they still fire Wilkes? Probably not. MK Sports, we could have took Steve Wilkes as DC or the defensive consultant. Yeah, bring him as a defensive consultant. This is what you do. I wanted Jim Schwartz, but he had just signed with the Browns. He's not going to go anywhere. I liked him the way he plays the Niners. Tom says, we don't want Wilkes, thanks. Who do you want then? We have I was going to say Don Knotts. Don Knotts' grandson. We have the grandson of the Miami head coach for the Hall of Famer Don Knotts. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Got a message. Do. Okay. Yeah. So we have the grandson of Don Shula. I know I have Don Knotts on my head. Three's Company. Shula. And yeah, I think he'll be okay. Linebacker coach, got a lot of experience. He knows our guys. He's going to put his own wrinkle on what Raheem Morris was doing, and so let's give him a shot. You know, I think McVay knows what he's doing. Steve says Ayuk had most yards ever, CMC most yards and TDs ever. Kudo better stats than Kelsey. Purdy with most yards any Niner QB. Fire Kyle. Well, Kyle Shanahan. In the biggest game, again, blew it. I mean, and like I said on Grant's stream, I don't know if you saw it, Steve-O. I think you were there. It's nobody's fault that the Niners are better than the other teams that they play on their regular season schedule, but all those stats come with that. Most of that, you know. And then when you play the good teams, though, like the Bengals, the Ravens, the Browns, in the two playoff games, the offense hasn't been that great. In the Super Bowl, they only scored 19 points in the Super Bowl. And so where's that 30 points a game offense? You know, but it is tougher in the playoffs, though. Stockton says, we already hired our guy, Shula, that trust McVay. He's outstanding at filling coach staff. Yep. Stockton says 3 catches and 4 yards. Hilarious. Kiddo. George, that video with Marshawn Lynch, there's a second part. I'm gonna try and cut it together where he goes, "Are you a Niner fan? Excuse me, sir. Are you a Niner fan?" And he drops the F-bomb. F you. That's hilarious. There was a new saying when it comes to that, because in the background, because he's saying, "Are you a Niner fan?" And so you had people in the background saying, "Are you a Niner fan?" You heard in the background somebody saying, "Aha." That's the new saying. Are you a Niner fan? Aha. Instead of bang, bang. Are you a Niner fan? Aha. Like they're making fun of it. It was funny. I noticed that. My guy Gil, notice how the Niners like to take in the Rams retreads. My poor guy. They brought in our guy, what's his face? Sebastian Joseph Day, just so they can have a guy on their team that has a ring. But he didn't even play in that type of offense. He didn't even play in the Super Bowl, from what I understand. I didn't see him. I don't remember him. But yep. Corey Levine says all the 49ers just do is score more touchdowns. The defense were holding Mahomes down in the game. The defense played really good against Mahomes. One thing I do want to say is the Chiefs won this Super Bowl retooling, right? Because they didn't have a lot of speed on offense. They didn't have a lot of great wide receivers. They're going to make that change. So the Chiefs will be tougher next year. And so, man, if you were going to get the Chiefs, this was the year. MK Sports says, have you guys ever saw the Niners salary cap situation? Yeah, they're like $500,000 above the cap. They got cap problems, man. The cap's going to extend next year, so that will help them, us as well. But yeah, they got some cap problems. They're going to have to make some tough decisions. Jacques 42 says, Puka will dominate the division for years to come. I love it. I'm going to have a clip pretty soon on my next live. I'll show you video of him dunking with Micah Parsons in the Celebrity All-Star game with the NBA. I love my guy Puka. He was actually Armstead tore meniscus in Philly. Tore meniscus, but doesn't he have plantar what's the word? What the hell is the word? Plantar fasciitis or something? Let me see. Yeah, plantar fasciitis too in his foot. I thought that was a thing too. Simon says, who saw Puka put Nakua dunking? Dude is a beast. Don't get hurt. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'll have the video for you guys on my next live. And amazing kid, man. Jacques 42 says Stockton is slap. 100%. Yes, indeed. Jacques 42 says Santa just can't coach in big games. You know what? Plus two, he's been, I like to make fun of them, that just, but he's been snake bitten, man. He's basically like the Chuck Knox, the Chuck Knox of bad luck, man. I mean, Greenlaw was a monster out there. The guy was so hyped up, and I like that, man. He was like, I was like, whoa, relax, brother. But he was hyped up, right? This is their chance. He was everywhere. Remind me of that movie. What the hell's the name of that movie? That football movie. Shit. Anyway, there was a defensive guy on the team running up and down. It's an old movie. What the hell is the name of that movie? There's a bunch of football movies, yeah, but it's an old school movie. Man, I'll come back to that if I remember it. But he was out there doing his thing, and then he got hurt. So that's bad luck. That sucks because the defense was a lot better with him. MK says, by the way, there are some rumors that Brandon Staley will be the next. Yeah, I heard that too, but a lot of people said that they're not gonna that they didn't want him, but we'll see. See, was I missed part? I missed the part you were on. I only watched the Grant's dad. It's okay. I'm gonna cut it. Probably put it on my channel. Super Ram Champ says, "Look at all those sad whiners." My guy Carcast, how you doing, Carcast? Props to you, brah. Props to you, Carcast. And Carcast, don't worry. I know your pain, man. Just love you, kid. My guy Carcast is a big Niner fan, and he's younger fella, I listen. I only make fun because it's love, because I know how that feeling is, man. And they were making fun of us, so don't worry. Just keep up a stiff upper lip. Super Brown fan says, sand chokers. It's hilarious how many Weiner fans have given up. Man, there was one guy, I never seen him before. He was on Instagram, and I props to him because I know the pain of losing a Super Bowl to the same guy. The Niners lost twice to Mahomes, and our Rams lost to damn Tom Brady. So I know the pain. And so, but there was one Niner guy on Instagram, and I was just looking, I go, who the hell is that? And I hadn't seen him before. And he was saying, you know what, man? I go all in for this Niner team, and I'm still a fan, I'm still riding with them, but I see them still partying after losing Super Bowls, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to still be for them, but I'm not going to be all in like that. And it's true, the Niners are still partying. They still got their money, they got friends on the other team, and and us fans were like, son of a grabbing stuff, breaking TVs, and they're like, man, you know what? That was a tough game, man, but I still got my check coming in the mail or my check coming in direct deposit. Timo says, Staley rumor was started by Papa. I'll take the Shermanator. And I made a comment on Larry's, Larry and coaches. They were on there, and props to them. I enjoy them too, and I never anything disrespectful on their thing. And whenever you see me on there, I don't talk. The only thing I do is talk about the teams. And never, if you ever see any out of line comments, it's an imposter of mine that I have. There's a couple of guys that do that, and so they're talking about insults back and forth. That's never me. I always just talk about the teams. So just so you guys know. But I was on there and I said the Niner fans were wanting even coach said something like we want Salah back. Hopefully he'll get fired, stuff like that. I go, well, what do you want Salah back for? He lost if I remember, he lost a Super Bowl too. What is that an upgrade? You still lost Super Bowl with him too. Super Ram Champ says Weiner's been very quiet lately. Yeah, I had to put out on Twitter, I had to put out a wellness check for him. Carcast, we weren't supposed to make the playoffs this year, but remember Carcast, we won the Super Bowl the last time we were in the championship game. Sonic says Richard Sherman kisses the ass of the whiners because he wants a job. He wants a job, and he's trying to get that those viewers on his podcast. So he's getting the bag. MK Sports says 1994. Me very Super Bowl champs. Yes, indeed. The Lombardi trophies. The last Lombardi trophy from the NFC is in the Rams case. Carcass says, keep hating. What did you guys do this year? Well, let's look at that, Carcast. The Rams were picked to go 3-5. We win 3 wins, 5 wins. Donald they were reporting, might be wanting to leave after the Rams start off slow. McVay's going to want to go back into TV or go into TV. It's where Rams going to be. The Rams don't have nobody. Fast forward, the Rams go 10-7, end the streak with Wentz. Both teams playing backups. The Rams got into the playoffs. The Rams have Puka Nacua, who could have been the old Roy, but except for C.J. Stroud, quarterback won that award. The Rams have Kobe Turner, who tied Aaron Donald's sack record with 9 sacks as a rookie. He could have won the D. Roy Award. They didn't give it to him. They gave it to a guy, Anderson, Will Anderson, what's his name? Will Anderson Jr. from the Texans, and he had better stats than he did. I was talking about Kobe Turner. We got Byron Young on the defensive line. 6.5, 7 sacks, I believe it is. We got the land shark, Kobe Durant, who took a step back this year, but he's still there. Quentin Lake had a great season. Kyren Williams broke out this year. The Rams, that's what the Rams did. We're ready to go now. We have a clear cap, 48 mil plus on the cap. We can do adjustments to that to make it even more. We have a draft pick in every, including the first round, McVay's first round pick. We're ready to roll, baby. We're all in again. So this is Carcast. You realize we literally just won the Super Bowl 24 months ago. Diva says, I just borrowed my Tate's Rudy Bar. Let's see. I just came from my Tate's Rudy Barrow. Jacques 42 says, Puka Nacua dog walked the entire league. Yes, he did. Not 30. Tucker says, not 30, 39, not 30 Ayers. Johnny G says, Miners are done. They're going to feel the Super Bowl hangover, and they're going to start another rebuild. It's tough, man. When you lose a big game, and then you lose another big game, and then you lose another big game. In the regular season, you're like, man, shoot, when are we going to get to the playoffs? And then it starts there, and then certain guys they're not back on the team. The Niners could have used a Jimmy Ward in that Super Bowl. They could have used Al-Shaair when Greenlaw went down. It's tough when you lose players, and they're going to lose more. Yep. Super Ram Champ says Rams got that modern bling bling, baby. Yes, indeed. Love it. Super Ram Champ says catch up, whiners. Yeah, so the last 25 years is long enough to go back, right? So in the last 25 years, okay, the last 25 Lombardis, I'll say it that way. The Cowboys, 0. The Niners, 0. The Raiders, 0. The Los Angeles Rams, 2. So let's just understand the new pecking order when it comes to championship glory. Yes, it's not 5, it's not 6, it's not 3 Super Bowls or 4 Super Bowls. The Rams won in the early days of the NFL 2 NFL championships pre-Super Bowl. So they're multiple NFL champions. Okay. That's what was available. If your team was in the championship game and won, they won the NFL championship. So there's 2. Flash forward to the Super Bowl era, after 93, when the free agency era took over, the Rams have won multiple championships again, except this time now they call them the Super Bowl. So not bad. We've won 4 NFL championships in our history, 2 in the early part of the Super Bowl of the pre-Super Bowl days, and 2 in the modern era. And then we won our second one a couple of years ago. Now we could have won 4 Super Bowls if it wasn't for that gentleman they call the GOAT, Tom Brady. but one of the Super Bowls could the Spygate crap, and then the other Super Bowl against him, the Cooper Cup was out. Todd Gurley's knee was acting up. We had a young quarterback in Jared Goff who was late in a couple of deep throws, and 13-3 Super Bowl. It was a snooze fest, except we were pissed. But yeah. So just so we understand, let's see. Carcast says, Rudy, you don't need speed when you have Mahomes behind him. No, but speed helps, Carcast. If you remember, imagine this Super Bowl with Cheetah with the Chiefs. The Niners, the Kansas City Chiefs have one receiver that's pretty fast, but he's not really a game changer. Kind of like Tutu Atwell. He'll make a flash appearance and then he's gone. But no, what I'm saying, Carcast, is you're right. Mahomes makes a difference, but speed kills, man. And that when the Niners defense was flexing and the Chiefs couldn't do nothing on offense, they needed that speed. They need that guy to separate the defenders and get room. Super Champ says we did a lot more than what people expected. Exactly right. Carcast says, yeah, you guys balled out in that Super Bowl. Yep. There's my guy David Corona. Really, drop a line so we can talk. Okay, hold on. I'll drop it right now. Hold on, brother. Appreciate you coming in. Me very, very baby says, I hope we make a run for it this season. We got foundation. Yeah, in every year, there's expectations and stuff like that. So now our expectation is we're going to take the next step. We got to the first round. We were this close to getting past the Lions. It was their year. I'm happy for the Lions, even though we lost. I would have liked to have beat them. I would have loved to have seen the Rams versus a broken down Eagles team if they won. They didn't win. So it would have been probably the Rams against, it would have been the Rams against Tampa Bay. We probably could have beat them. It would have been Baker Mayfield against Stafford. We could have probably beat them, maybe. Who knows? But then we get to face the Niners, who were reeling. Purdy was struggling in the playoffs. Imagine Purdy struggling, and Stafford comes out with fire in his eyes. Kyrie Williams is running the ball, running the rock. Puka Nacua and Kupp are focused on winning this game. The Rams get out to a big lead at Levi Stadium. Woo, man. But anyway. Steve says, muff punt, CMC fumble, bad luck, Trent Williams penalty, but Cal can't coach. Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff too, Steve, but what I'm saying is the overtime and then not finding a way to scheme a touchdown or to only score 19 points. But yeah, the fumble, all that stuff happened, man. And that was very surprising that very, very surprising that that CMC fumbled, man, because you can't have that by one of your top guys. Those are the guys that you rely on. Trent Williams, is he regressing? Here's the phone link if you guys want to come in. There you go, David. Carcass says, all you Ram fans have severe memory loss. No, we don't have severe memory loss. I remember we lost Super Bowls too. Super Ram Champ says Niners did a lot in the regular season just to choke. Shockford says Greenlaw injury was messed up. Hate seeing that dude's stud. No, yeah, me too. And that's what I didn't want. I didn't want any excuses if they lost. I didn't want any of that stuff. Let me get my guy Carcast on here. Carcast, how you doing, man?
Yo, what up, man?
How you doing?
Good. Not after I came on this fucking platform. People shitting on the Niners.
Well, it would have been the other way too if the Rams were in the Super Bowl and the Rams lost.
Dude, you guys.
So what are we forgetting? You have a comment that says, "What are we forgetting? What are Ram fans forgetting?"
Yes, it was on Kyle. Okay, Kyle had a lot.
It wasn't only his fault.
It was a team effort, but starting with Kyle, Kyle has full power over this organization. He went in the third quarter, 6 consecutive passes. That's not what the 49ers are. We have the offensive player of the year in Christian McCaffrey, who got 3 touches for 17 yards in the third quarter. When we're a run-first team, the Niners run the ball, and we set up to play action off of that. We became so one-dimensional in that third quarter, and the Chiefs were number one against the pass coming into the Super Bowl, and we decided to go 6 straight passes. What do you expect is gonna happen? You know,
Yeah.
Brock Purdy. All you Rams fans are shitting on Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy didn't even have a bad game. He really did. No
No, we're not.
turnovers.
We're really not shitting on Brock Purdy. All I say is, okay, and to me, you know, everyone has a right to their opinion, right? So when I give my opinion, that's just my opinion. Like you have an opinion, and other people have opinion. Here's my take on it. Brock Purdy has played way better than any of us could expect, right? It's not, and like I don't know if you saw me when I was on Grant's thing. It's not Brock Purdy's fault that the Niners are so good. He came into a perfect situation for the way that he plays. He adds to Kyle's system because he can throw that short route real good. He's very accurate. He's mobile. He's a young guy. You know, he's agile. But Niner fans kept, and content creators too. You got guys going overboard. They want him to be like an elite quarterback, right? Instead of just being, no, I'm just glad we have a decent quarterback or a good quarterback. They're comparing him to Kurt Warner. They're comparing him to he had this better than Joe Montana. He had that better than Steve Young, or as good as Steve Young. He reminds me of Joe Montana, stuff like that. So then when they say he's an upgrade over Jimmy Garoppolo, which I agree he is, but it's the same result, meaning when you need your quarterback to take over the game, when things are not going right, where's all those stats now? You know, oh, well, when there's a blitz, so, and he's a young quarterback too. So, that's what I'm saying. We're not shitting on him. And that's why I made a joke out of it when I was on Grand Stream. It was actually Jennings that threw the touchdown. I go, look, he was supposed to be an upgrade, but Jennings had as many touchdowns as Brock Purdy did in that Super Bowl. And then he also missed a deep ball like Jimmy Garoppolo
But he
in a
managed
big
the
game.
game. Every quarterback's a game manager.
No, but nobody's perfect. But what I'm saying is the Niners had a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Right.
They have the number 3 defense in the NFL. They have the best running back in the NFL in CMC. But Greenlaw's injury killed you guys. But the constant is Kyle Shanahan being the head coach in all of these losses. But he has bad luck too. So I do say that he's had bad luck besides, and not just the like you said. See, you're a Niner fan and you're on their side. You're saying, well, why did we throw so much? I think that his arrogance wanted
his ego
to have
gets in the way.
Yeah, I think he wanted to have Brock Purdy be MVP.
Mm-hmm.
So and instead of running CMC or scheming CMC, where he's gonna or I don't know what he could have did, because CMC can catch the ball too. Line up Debo in the backfield, play action Debo, and then you should have CMC line him up like you would Kittle, like a tight end against a linebacker.
Yep.
But let me get these guys in here too. David Corona, my guy John Jay.
What's up, Birdie?
What's up,
guys?
What's up, man?
31 touchdowns and 4,280 passing yards. He broke the 49ers record for single season passing yards.
That is so crazy. That is so crazy. Like we'll see where his career goes, from now. Because remember, Goff was that guy too. Those stats that you run off, CarCast, that was Jared Goff in 2018. And then a couple years later, he's not on the Rams no more. We traded him. So that's why I always say relax with those stats. Very good team. The other teams aren't as good as the team. You still got to do the work though. Goff had the similar stats. If you look up Goff's 2018 stats,
and Goff beat you guys this year too.
Goff beat us, but he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but he was, like when the reason why we got Stafford is because when things get tough, you need a quarterback to go off platform and carry the team for a drive or two. That's what Stafford did. Without Stafford, we wouldn't have won the Super Bowl, because without an OBJ, with a third string tight end in the Super Bowl, it was basically the Cooper Kupp and Stafford show.
You guys
and so that's the difference.
You guys are
so you're saying Christian McCaffrey fumble, but remember he fumbled too in 1999 against the Patriots. Marshall Faulk.
Oh,
He
I forgot
fumbled
that. That's
He
what I
fumbled
forgot.
too. Yep.
Don't remind.
Yeah.
I totally forgot. You know what? I was so pissed off at that Super Bowl because Mike Martz didn't use Marshall Faulk enough in that game.
Nah,
But
he
also,
fumbled. That's why he took him out.
I totally forgot about that. Thank you for telling me. I forgot about that.
Yep.
So that is something that I did forget. So I stand
Boy,
corrected. I
Stockton's too
don't
much,
even
dog.
remember that fumble. Actually, I remember the damn.
It was like I think it was 2 minutes before the halftime, and he fumbled the ball, and the Patriots got the ball, and I think they scored a touchdown.
The thing that I
Yeah.
remember is the damn Kurt Warner pick six.
Because I won money on that game, so that's how I remember.
The thing I remember is the damn Kurt Warner pick six. I'm like, damn it, we gave him 7 points right there.
Mhm.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. But Marshall Faulk did fumble in the Super Bowl
too. Let me look that up again. I totally forgot that Marshall Faulk fumbled the game.
Yeah,
Fumbled the ball.
Anyway, what's up, everybody?
What's up, man?
Nothing much. Just living life.
So what do you think about them firing Steve Wilks? Was that a scapegoat move or you agree with it?
I actually do not know. Like Kyle Shanahan last offseason talked so highly of this guy. And this is the thing about Kyle that really ticks me off. Like, and then he said on Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, oh, everyone's coming back. And then he told the media, like, hey, I slept, thought about it. And I said, I think Wilks needs to go. And he said, he didn't really fit our system. I'm looking for a coach. I'm like, oh my gosh, why do you say stuff that piss off the entire 49er fan base? And as a 49er fan for my entire life since I can remember, it's like I always hold this team to, like, if you want to be that standard you guys used to be, then be it. Because right now, with an owner that we have, again, I don't know nothing about your owner. I know nothing about your team. Mm-hmm. I try to be respectful to Rams fans, but they always come at me for some reason. But at the end of the day, our owner, he's okay. Yes, he's okay with NFC Championship appearance. He's okay with going to the Super Bowl. Then I'm like, oh my gosh, do you even care? So it's nothing about Kyle. We know who Kyle is. He's always going to be who he is. But it's the owner who's like, I'm okay with this. I don't think your owner's like, hey, if my coach isn't winning, like Super Bowls, I'm gonna let him go because. And again, I'm talking to our Rams crowd. Are you guys okay being second best year after year?
Hell no.
Yeah. So that's just my point of view as a football fan. That's just my point of view.
Hey, Stockton, excuse me, Rizzy. Hey, Stockton, if you have something to say, pop in right now. We got 3 49ers and we have 2 Rams. Pop in.
He's talking so much and taking things personal, but I'm not going to.
Well, I want to say this, like, okay, so they like, I don't agree with Kyle. Like, to me, it doesn't matter. That's not my team. But Kyle really demeaned Steve Wilks. He has a right to do because Kyle's running the show, do what he wants. But they pulled him out of the booth to the floor, to the field. That was very humbling and demeaning to Steve Wilks. But it worked because the Niners played better. Maybe it was just a coincidence. And then if you take away that giveaway muff punt, that's 7. The only reason why they scored a touchdown is because of the muff punt. What did Steve Wilks' defense do wrong to fire him? I mean, do you guys think if the Niners won the Super Bowl, would they have still fired Steve Wilks?
Did you see that altercation him and Kyle had on the sidelines?
What do you guys think about that real quick? If the Niners win the Super Bowl, does Steve Wilks still get fired?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you think?
But it's crazy. I don't know. I didn't see that CarCast. I didn't see that part.
All you Rams fans, dog. Looking salty as hell.
Well, I'm from a different generation. I know CarCast is younger than me, but like, I can take smack, because where I'm from, and so like it's fun, looking at the chat. And I respect the Rams fans; they can come at me, they can say stuff. But Rudy, I like you, buddy. That's how much respect.
Thank you, man. No, thank you, John J. Thank you, brother. No. So listen, I want to say something like when the Rams went 5-12, CarCast. Just so you know, Niner fans were letting us have it. They didn't care that we had a record injuries on the O line, 12 different lineups, and 12 games on the O line. We basically got a guy from a security. The guy was working security, and brought him in as a left guard, I think it was. And Stafford got hurt. Donald got hurt the first time in his career. Cooper Kupp got hurt, and we had to go get Baker Mayfield off the scrap heap to finish the season. And we went 5-12, and they were all on. Oh, you guys, the Rams are done. They were laughing. They were making fun of us. And
I mean,
so
I
the next
actually,
year we're 10-7, and we're back in the playoffs. And we weren't even supposed to. So I mean, it goes both ways. They were making fun of us when we didn't run it back. That was a run it back year, but we didn't have the same team. We didn't even have Big Whit retired. OBJ was hurt the whole year. He didn't play for nobody. Von Miller went and grabbed the bag in Bills. It was not even the same team. We never even got to run it back truly. But then with the injuries, and then we signed Allen Robinson, who sleptwalked through. You haven't even heard Allen Robinson's name anywhere.
Hey, Rudy, who's number 90? He came to us.
Michael
I saw that.
I'm joking.
Yeah, you guys lost a player. He came with us.
You're talking about Michael Rockers?
I'm joking.
It's a role player. It's a role player. His name doesn't come to mind. He's okay.
Is he?
But yeah, he's okay. But listen, as you guys had Greenlaw injury, but imagine the Super Bowl if Omenihu was there. If Omenihu was there,
I think we're gonna go pick up Isaiah.
Well, Chase Young had a sack in that game too.
I think we're gonna go pick him up from the free agent.
It's okay. Shanahan's still McVay's daddy. Don't matter.
Wait. Shanahan's McVay's daddy. Let's look at that. So
yeah,
we sweep the division twice in a row.
Okay, but listen, hold on. Let's look at that. Shanahan's McVay's daddy. Okay, so then we can say it this way: Shanahan is McVay's daddy in the regular season, and then we switch to the NFC Championship game, and McVay is 1-0 versus Shanahan.
A lot of things went wrong for us in that game. Well, I'm not blaming on Jaquan Tart, but if he caught that pick and we drove down the field and scored, we were up. And how many minutes did we have in the fourth quarter?
Okay, what would you rather have? A regular season win, sweep, or winning the championship game against that same team? What would you rather have? I already know the answer, but I'm just asking.
Brock Purdy and we meet you guys in the NFC Championship, we're fucking whooping your ass.
So, okay, for instance, Sean McVay has won the Super Bowl, right? Kyle Shanahan's still ringless, but you still say that Kyle Shanahan is McVay's daddy, but he's ringless. I mean, he hasn't won, and you guys are complaining about that same guy. So I guarantee you, if Kyle Shanahan never wins a Super Bowl, those regular seasons, you guys are not going to remember those.
Let me know. Yep.
We'll get it done.
But no, you guys have beat us in the regular season. It's just like when the Seahawks used to roll you guys, and then we would beat the Seahawks. It's weird. It's just weird how that works.
I know. Like I was talking to a Cardinals fan who hates, literally has hatred towards, your fan. I don't know why. And he was telling me.
Oh yeah, you told me about that before.
That dude, and he's a good dude. I like him, but for whatever the reason, like the NFC is like a circle. Like one team owns one in the team, but another team owns this team. And for whatever the reason, he said that the Cardinals are the only team that doesn't fill that circle because they always split with Seattle. But for whatever the reason, you guys own the Cardinals. So for what the point is what he tells me is that I don't know why he hates the team. Is what it is. But yeah, it's just. Yeah, well,
what fan is he? John Jay again?
He's a Cardinals.
Oh, he doesn't like us. That's because we beat him. I think Sean McVay's like 10-1 versus the Cardinals, something like that.
See, I don't hate.
Yeah, you guys. Cardinals beat you guys one time at your guys' home.
Yeah.
I don't hate Rams.
What's up, Stocking? Are you gonna come in or are you guys too scared?
Hey, Rudy, you don't know if Joe Burrow had an offensive line. You guys losing that Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, listen. They say there was one Niner fan that said, "Well, you guys didn't have to face Mahomes," and we were like, "Well, Burrow beat Mahomes.
Yeah, Burrow
We
owns
it
Mahomes.
wasn't our fault that Burrow beat Mahomes. We
Burrow
paid the
owns
guy that
Mahomes.
beat Mahomes. So I mean, it is what it is. It's just the way it goes. Like
I
uh,
don't have hatred to you Rams fans. Just people want to talk so much shit for whatever the reason.
It's only one guy, Rudy.
Stockton? Yeah, I
I
don't know why
know.
that.
Hey, if people want to talk shit, like, well,
No, he's going overboard,
Yeah, he got it
Rudy.
personal
He's
last
saying,
time.
well,
you
well,
know, you know what I mean?
well, I don't want to sound like a bully, but like I tell people, some people love using their keyboards, but when they're in front of
Stop.
your face, it's a different story. And again, I'm not trying to be a bully, people in the chat. I'm just pointing something out.
No, it's true though. He could say it on the internet, but if he comes to California and he says it to my face,
oh,
I bet
well,
anything he
no.
won't say that in my face.
I just want to say something. Yeah, no personal attacks. Just keep it about the team. That's
Oh,
not
all
what this
right,
is about.
sorry about that, Rudy.
No, not you, not you. I'm just saying in general. It's okay to go back and forth with the teams, but yeah, don't. I don't like infighting. It's just. I mean, we're not getting paid. By these teams. We love the teams. There's no reason to get mad. We it sucks that your team loses. We know that well, being a Ram fan in the damn Super Bowl against Tom Brady. So, but yeah, I don't want no personal attacks. You can say I don't agree with that comment, and but I don't want any don't and everybody too, don't take it like you're gonna get mad and want to fight the guy. That doesn't make sense. It's just
No bullying.
we're just
No
talking
bullying.
about teams.
No bullying.
That's all it is.
I know.
But I got to tell you that Niner fans have, because like my guy Carcass, that's okay for him to say that Kyle is McVay's daddy
No,
because
I get it. When it
they're gonna
matters
sweep us
most.
again. That's what they always tell us. Even though we won the Super Bowl, we're gonna sweep you guys again. That goes back and forth. That's the way
Oh,
that
Rudy, next year, the first game, we're gonna bet a hat again.
goes. That's fine, man.
I
That's
don't
fine.
want to play the second game and we have to pay our backups. So the first game we play, doesn't matter who we play at, we're betting a hat.
Just
So
remember,
next year, if everything goes right, we're gonna have Juwan Jennings or Ayuk as our third receiver,
No,
nah, get out of here.
We're gonna
Ayuk ready
have-
French tag.
Sorry,
or T Higgins. We're gonna
Oh,
T
you could-
Higgins
yeah,
is
you
gonna
could
join
have
us.
him.
Stafford's gonna even have Stetson
We
Bennett.
possibly could have Chris Jones join AD on the defensive line.
They're paying
No,
him.
he's staying with the Chiefs.
We're gonna maybe trade up to get one of the top quarterbacks to back up
That's
Stafford.
hilarious,
Ooh,
Ooh,
Rudy.
Bo Nix from
We have
Michigan.
because
And
listen,
the Duck
we
Donald is washed.
as we speak right now, we have the Niners have $500 and some thousand above the cap only.
Ayuk
Right.
ready French tag for the Niners. He's not going nowhere.
Their franchise tag, and then the Rams have 48 million plus on the cap without even extending anybody. So the Rams have a number one draft picks in all the rounds. If we have imagine we get another it's a couple of studs like Kobe Turner and Puka Nacua and Byron Young again in this draft. The Rams are going on 2 straight drafts with frontline players, Kyrie Williams, Quentin Lake. I'm looking forward to next year, man. We're going to be way better. You guys are going to be still good because you guys have a lot of great players, but there's going to be some tough decisions. Who do you guys want that I have you guys here?
I want
Debo
Jennings to come
if
back.
you had a pick, Debo or Ayuk, because I heard that you guys are going to trade Debo
Ayuk.
to get some
I want
draft
Ayuk, not
picks.
Debo.
What do you say,
I don't
David?
know, man.
I mean,
Ayuk's
it's
a
well
beginner.
early. It's early in the season, but I keep hearing because Debo is a gadget player, and Ayuk is more important because he can run routes. That they want to get rid of that, out from under that contract and trade Debo and get some draft picks and
They
get
said
out
that
from under
last
that
year, but
contract.
he's not going nowhere.
But then you guys might have to. You said they're going to franchise Ayuk.
Yep, they really did.
No, he's on his 5th-year option, and what the reports are saying, and again, I don't believe the Niners reports because everything's all BS. Apparently, they want to tag him. Now, I don't know if you can do that if a player's under the 5th-year option. Again, the NFL contracts are so weird. And if that's one of the reasons why Ayuk is a little bit unhappy, no one wants to be tagged, because when you tag someone, the team saying we like you, but we don't like you enough to give you a long-term deal. That's what a tag is. That's why teams hate it. I mean, that's why players hate it, even though it's a lot of guaranteed money. That's all I can say when it comes down to all that rumors. And then also the rumor about that we're going to trade Debo. I haven't heard anything like this past week. All I've been hearing about is, well, the Niners should have done this to win a Super Bowl. So again, there's a lot of rumors out there that it's hard to determine the smoke.
Honestly, I think that I agree with the chat that that Ayuk is playing both sides against each other. I think he's doing like Debo did to get his contract, and let me ask you, is Greenlaw a free agent?
Greenlaw? No.
He's not, right?
No, he's going to be out for the whole 2024 season, I think.
Man, that sucks, man. You know what? He's that guy's fucking crazy, dude. I excuse my language.
That's why we're going to go pick up Aziz Shire. That's what we're going to go pick up.
You have to get that guy because Fred Warner can't do it by himself. It's like on our team. We got Ernest Jones doing it by himself. We got Roseboom and we got a couple
Warner
of young
can't do it by himself.
He could. Greenlaw with him, that's what was stopping Kelsey. They were getting rough with Kelsey and not letting him off the ball. But okay, so I'm gonna bring my guy Stockton in here. No fighting.
Okay.
All right.
Keep it. I love my guy Stockton, but also too, David. Don't take it personal, man, because they not you and not guys
when
here.
When he goes say sucking this and this and this and that, talking about my mom. My mom's not even here no more.
One thing I want to say, Stockton. Yeah, my brother, I didn't see that. I'm sorry.
He actually showed up.
If that happened,
showed up.
My guy Stockton, don't do that, brother. I didn't see that. I'm sorry if that happened. Yeah, I'm not cool with that. But
okay.
But I love my guy Stockton. He's a good dude. He's trying to give you guys the business, but yeah, that stuff I don't like at all. Mm-hmm. But let me bring you in, my brother. Appreciate you, brother. There you go.
Here
none of that, please.
Where did I say anything about someone's mom?
On the chat. On the chat. I already deleted it.
No, you can't delete it. You're not a moderator, so
I already deleted it.
Yo, why do you want to argue? Just talk your fucking shit.
I'm just saying nobody said anything about anybody's mom, dude, so don't make shit up.
Oh, okay. All right, whatever.
So and I'm in Stockton, California, so Anyways, I was out shopping for some new VCR players for you guys for your Christmas gift. But sorry it took me a while to get here. Anyways, so what do you guys want to talk about? You guys want
to all the shit talking you've been doing.
Okay, where do you want to start? You want to start with
whatever you want to start, man.
You want to start with your guys' gag job? Is your throat still sore or what?
Never that.
I just got to say it was a beautiful Super Bowl. It was almost as good as when the Rams won. Almost. Not as good.
Yeah, when Marshall Faulk fumbled in the 1999 Super Bowl too.
You're bringing up old shit again.
I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
Damn you, Marshall.
When was that, Rudy?
1999 when you guys played the Patriots.
I'm looking that up right now. Hold on.
We didn't play the Patriots in 99.
The Titans.
We won that game.
Yeah,
hold on.
No, I think it was 2000 when you guys played the Patriots, something like that.
That was.
I'm looking that up right because I don't remember that, but it's so long ago, and I'm an old guy.
Yeah, look that up.
Let's see.
What is that relevant to anything?
Does that make you
same shit you guys been talking about CMC, man.
Does that make you feel better about losing 3 straight Super Bowls?
Then why do you bring up old stuff about the Niners?
The same shit too. You guys can't even make it to the playoffs. I don't know what you guys made the playoffs, but you guys lost.
Stop crying about that Puka. Stop crying about that Puka Nacua holding against the Lions. You guys are still crying over that shit. I don't want to hear it.
Okay, so
you guys are in so much pain. I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, so much pain.
David, real quick. I'm looking at the stats. Marshall Faulk, 17 carries, 76 yards, 4.5 average. Longest was 15. There's no fumble. There's no fumble.
One of the years when you guys play the Patriots.
I
Okay,
think
maybe.
Corona's making it up, like he made up the
Well,
mom comment.
David, maybe you're
Okay.
talking about in the regular
He didn't
season
make
we
that
played
shit
them.
up.
That's why I didn't
don't talk-
remember.
don't
I couldn't
talk
remember
about
that.
people's moms, bro. So and if you could show that, I'll give you $500. How's that? You show me that comment, I'll fucking mail you $500.
Yeah, I didn't see no comment. I'm not saying anyone's a liar, but
You're gonna
I
mail
didn't
me
see that.
$500 if I pop that thing up.
Yep, for
Okay.
sure.
I'll show you right now. Then.
You show me where I said something about your mom.
I'll show you right now.
He's
You
a
show it
liar.
to me.
He ain't sending you
Okay,
shit.
real quick. John Jay, would you do this no matter how mad you were?
Hey, you got an Instagram or what?
Hold on. You go
No,
ahead.
screenshot it.
Yeah,
and send it to,
real quick.
Screenshot it and send it to
Hold on,
Rudy.
let me see if I have it here.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, John Jay, Carcast, David. No matter how mad you get, would you do this? Hold on, let me show you guys. Hold on.
I'll be back, Rudy.
Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Ready? Here we go. Would you guys do this? I would not. I don't care how mad I would be at my Rams. Watch this. Guys, do that to your TV.
Nah, I'll never do that to my TV. That's a waste of money.
So for me,
I don't care how mad. I might throw the remote against the wall.
So
go ahead, John.
Right?
So for me, again, I'm not going to consider myself a very wealthy person. You know, I've come from struggle. I would never do that to my TV. I've came actually close, but it had nothing to do with losing the game. Is when the stupid Niners got Chip Kelly after he got fired from the Eagles. Was the closest I almost broke a TV. Now I did break the wall, so I know how to taste the wall because I know simple wall stuff. But the point of the matter is that I don't know. And again, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but you must have a lot of money to break a TV because TVs don't cost. That's just my thoughts. If that's a little bit kind of messed up, because I know John Jay, don't be too mean. Because I speak out how I want to, but damn. And also burning your jerseys. I'm sorry, like jerseys are $100, but again, some people may have the money. Again, I'm not taking shots at anybody, but I'm sorry.
Hey, Rudy, I know you do that.
Yeah,
Rudy, I know you do that.
Would you destroy your VCR player?
The closest I come to is with because I got a smart TV. Is throw the damn Roku remote against the wall, and God damn it, I got to replace the damn remote.
But the crazy thing is, didn't you get Kyron and Puka in the 5th round?
Yep.
That's crazy, dude. When what happened to Akers?
Oh, Rudy, did you see where they did like a redraft? Where teams would take certain players after the fact. You know what I mean? Like they do the redraft of last year, this year.
Yeah.
And we had two top 10 picks that we got in the 5th round with Kobe Turner and Puka Nacua. We got them both. We got them both in the 5th round, and they're both top 10. They're both top 10 picked players.
Yeah,
Puka went 3rd, and I think Kobe went like 7th.
It's crazy, man. The Rams are going to be really good next year.
Aaron Donald's washed.
Carcast.
We own him.
Corona, where's that screenshot, bro?
I already sent it to Rudy. Don't worry about it, bro.
Stockton, all you bring up is your stupid VCR tapes.
Hey, Rudy, did you get it? Let me see it.
Let's see.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah. I wish you come over here and say it to my face, bro.
Okay, none of that, guys. None of that. We're just talking about stuff. None of that, guys.
Elmer Fudd thinks I'm scared of him. It's funny.
No, listen,
I don't think you're scared, bro.
I don't want personal attacks, guys. Really, I don't.
I'll talk to you later, really. You know what I mean? I'm not leaving though.
But real quick, David, I got your screenshot, but I don't see that comment. I see
it doesn't exist,
dude.
I'm just showing what I have.
I don't talk about people's moms,
David. It says I see when it says bite your pillow and punch the air and cry. That's it. That's all I see. I don't see the other comment.
I didn't get the other comments.
Oh,
how convenient. It doesn't exist.
Listen, guys.
Sorry, you're wrong. Bye, Corona.
I just want to say while David's still here that I'm not saying that you did Stockton, but I don't want no comments against family members and stuff.
It doesn't
I'm
exist.
just telling everybody. So that's not
There's
cool
enough
either
things
way.
there's enough things to say about Corona himself than to bring his mother into this.
But also too, though. But also too, Stockton. I don't want private personal attacks either, brother, because it's just the teams, man, and
Where's the personal attack at though?
No, I'm just saying.
One French fry and one chicken nugget ring.
I'm just saying, not just to you. I just don't want anybody like they tell me, hey,
I agree with that. That's what
so that's
never
all.
been done on my part.
Yeah, so just saying that I don't
They're
like
mad
that.
right now. They're mad. They've been
I'm
mad.
not mad. I'm not mad,
You
bro.
guys are
I'm
salty.
not mad.
You guys can't make it. Oh, you know what? I'm not even gonna go there. You guys are gonna get all personal and shit.
I don't want any personal comments out there.
I will say this. I've been in here. I've been listening, to everybody. And again, I don't know you personally, Stockton. I live out here in the Bay as well, so we're probably close by. But at the end of the day, man, I got nothing against you or your fan base. It is what it is. So if you want to talk crap about me, feel free. I deserve it.
No, I get. We lost the Super Bowl. I'm
not well, like excuses. Me. Like me too, John Jay. Like, I'll be in Grant's chat. I was on there earlier, and they call me. They say that I'm fat or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, and I say like, and I'm like, I don't say nothing back, but I'm just like. Yeah. So you don't have nothing else to say except for that I'm fat. Okay, I'm fat with my looking at my
Rudy,
Super Bowl gear.
Who's channel?
Hey, Grant, or any of your dude. I don't like you, buddy. So you can hate me as much as I do.
No,
I don't
Stockton. No, Stockton is Grant 2.0.
Hey, Rudy,
okay,
I just like going hard on Niner fans, man, because they talk so much, man. What
you guys do?
All year long, we had to hear bang, bang. Oh, it's our year, this and that. Now you got your finger up your butt again this year. Again, 3 times in a decade. You can't get it done. You're the Buffalo Bills of the 90s.
Yeah.
Win a ring in the Super Bowl era before you ask for respect.
We lost. I'm not making excuses.
It ain't gonna happen. No
well,
respect
look,
will come your way.
Just to give you guys an idea. So I'm gonna post my guy's comment here real quick. This is what we have to. This is what we get. Hold on, let me show you. This is what we get. Let me show you. Where is it at for my guy? He says, "Pure Dubs prop. Thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate you interjecting." 2 Super Bowls, LMAO, right? Okay, so 2 Super Bowls. Laughing that we won 2 Super Bowls.
That's all you guys have.
But wait.
Yeah,
let's see. It gets even better. It gets even better. Hold on. So let me get to the other one. Hold on. Where to go?
Crybaby.
Where is he at?
Yo, Stockton.
It says right here. Imagine having 2 Super Bowls, right? And then he says 2 Super Bowls. That's cute. Now my question is this. Imagine having 2 Super Bowls in the last 25 years and not having any. So I don't understand that comment. So again, we're referring back to not even 1981. How long ago was that? 1981 was the first Niners.
Were you even born when the Niners won it last? No. Corona was in diapers. I mean, come on, man. Come on, what are we talking about here?
No, but I'm talking about this right here.
I'm not making excuses. Do you not hear me the first time or what?
2024 minus 1981. That was 1981. That was 43 years ago. He's bragging about a Super Bowl from 43 years ago.
Niners. One against the Ravens, one against the Chiefs.
That's so crazy to me. I'm just saying, but we get it on both sides. We're making fun of you guys because you guys lost the last 3 Super Bowls, right? He's making fun of us because we won 2 Super Bowls in the last 25 years. But it's been 43 years since the first Niners Super Bowl. 30 years since the last one. So I don't know what the joke is. I mean, I that's like saying, I used to have a good car. Now I got a Gremlin, a 1976 Gremlin, but it was nice when it was new. I mean, come on now, that's crazy.
We all know that football 30 years ago was a completely different type of sport than it is.
Oh yeah, I can agree with that, buddy. I mean,
it's under different rules, it's under a different form, it's under different competitive structure. It's not even the same type of game. So yeah, the Niners had their little 13-year window in the 80s, and that was their little window, but since the league has been on an even playing field under the salary cap rules, the Niners have yet to get it done. And until that happens, they're always going to hear this shit.
Well, the one thing that I want to say is the Niners, and I give them credit for this, but I don't say it all the time because that's not what I do is give them credit.
Mhm.
But that was,
Yeah, keep laughing.
that was that 13-year window was a freaking lightning in a bottle, once in a lifetime thing. When you had Bill Walsh, an owner like Eddie DeBartolo Jr.
Rudy,
that's
back
willing
then
to,
it was so much easier because teams could spend whatever they wanted to. There was only a handful of teams
yeah,
that even
but
teams
what I
that
mean
even
is they
spent money.
made, like, how Snead in 2001 made the right moves, getting Eric Weddle, OBJ, Von Miller. He was gold, right?
That's why you guys bought
Eddie,
a championship. And look what happened to
well,
your players now.
And you guys
well,
tried to buy one this year and couldn't even get it done.
yeah, but wait, let me
Oh
finish.
yeah.
Let me finish. So
Stockton.
from 1981 to 1994, that was lightning in a bottle. That was a
Stockton.
once in a lifetime thing. Eddie DeBartolo Jr., Bill Walsh, they stole Steve Young from the Tampa Bay Bucks. Jerry Rice turned out.
Corona went off air to go cry.
No, he's still there. Okay,
Okay.
but what I'm saying is that was a hell of a run. We give you credit for that. That was amazing. 5 Super Bowls from 1981 to 1994.
You don't give us credit. Stop lying.
I tell you guys have 5 Super Bowls, but this is now the only Super Bowl the Niners have in the free agency era is 1994.
It's been 7 years and he can't get it
And that's
done.
because they already had the team assembled.
That was the first year under the salary cap, and the Niners were fined for cheating the salary cap that year. They were paying
what I'm
players
saying
under
is
the table.
what I'm saying is this: the Niners were caught in 1999 for cheating the salary cap. They lost draft picks. They got fined because they couldn't compete without trying to do that. That happened. And so when you say 2 Super Bowls catch up, well, what I say is, why can't Santa Clara catch up to San Francisco if it's so easy? They can't even win one. We won the last 2. We're the last 2 in the NFC West. The Rams are the franchise that has won the last 2 Super Bowls between the 2 franchises.
Rudy, how happy will you be if the Niners pay Purdy, man? I just cannot wait till that day comes. I want them to pay that fluky motherfucker. I want them to pay him $30-40 million a year, man. So
He's gonna get a fat contract. He's gonna get a fat contract.
I hope so, man. I'll be celebrating because then they're stuck. They are stuck. Their team's gonna collapse all around him. He's gonna be another Jimmy Garoppolo, be out of football in 2 years.
Dude, he was only making about $900K this year. Look at the team we have around him.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I want them to pay him so that when they start losing those pieces around him, and he ends up like Jimmy Garoppolo in 2 years and not even in the league, then the Niners.
He's not even Jimmy Garoppolo. Do you even watch football?
There'll be a salary cap hell.
They're
already going to be a salary cap hell.
You don't even watch football. Whatever.
Dude, you compare Jimmy G's Super Bowl year in 2019 with Purdy's stats this year, and it's almost like looking in a mirror. And Jimmy G didn't even have CMC. That's what's hilarious.
All right. Yeah, you act like Christian.
I want to get you. Now that I have you guys here with us, I want to get you guys comment on this. So a lot of people only pay attention to Super Bowls, right? So do you guys give any? The Packers have like 10 NFL championships. The even the Lions, the Bears have numerous NFL championships. Do you guys give credit for those NFL championships?
That's the end goal.
So before pre Super Bowl, before they called it the Super Bowl and everything's different.
It's the same thing like we were just saying. It was a different game back then, man. What were there, 12 teams in the league?
Yep. But I just want to ask Niner fans, really, do you guys give credit to those NFL champions? You had Y.E. Tittle back in the day, Jim Brown, Norm Van Brocklin, great players, amazing players. Because when they say, 2 Super Bowls, well, the Rams are multiple NFL champions before the Super Bowl, and they're multiple NFL and Super Bowl champions. And I always tell Niner fans this: the 5 Super Bowls are amazing. There's nothing you can say on that. That's a hell of a freaking run. That's lightning in a bottle.
Yep.
But where were they? They were established in 1947. Before 1981, there was no championship the Niners ever won.
Yeah. And that's
so
true.
Where were they then? What happened in all that time? What happened all that time?
Now I can only speak for myself, and I've actually had conversations for the last 3 years with other fan bases. So I talk to other fan bases. The Cardinals have a NFL title. The Lions have, I think, 2. So, but they in the Super Bowl era, you know, again, the term poverty has been thrown out. I don't know why they use that term, but at the end of the day, the Bears historically before the Super Bowl era and the Packers, the Giants, you know, they, you know, were kings of the NFL. Then the Super Bowl era came, and then those teams, you know, weren't good. And then the Steelers, they were the first dynasty. Actually, the Packers, let's give them the respect that they deserve. They won the first 2 Super Bowls. Then the Steelers, you know, then the Niners in the 80s. The Cowboys got better again in the 90s. Every era is different. So at the end of the day, like, it's hard to do what was done years ago because it's not what it was. So I will say this as an impartial NFL fan. Right now, the Niners, who we are an NFC contender because we're not a Super Bowl yet. And I said this to Damon Bruce. You know who he is, Rudy, Damon Bruce. And I told him this yesterday. The 80s are done. The 90s are done. The 2000s and the 2010s are done. The Niners need to build a own legacy of the future and not talk about what happened. And that makes me a different 49er fan. And if people don't like it, I get it. But I still respect what those teams did. Even in the 90s, we were always competitive. The Packers were good. The Cowboys were good, you know. And so I give credit what credit is due. But the game is not what it was. And
that's like trying to compare, like, was Babe Ruth as good as Shohei Ohtani? You know, it's just there's just too many different variables. The game wasn't the same type of game, you know, and that goes to say for every sport,
you know. And
the reason why I bring this up, John Jay, is because the NFL wants to keep progressing, going to Europe, possibly, maybe even Mexico City. You know, what are they going to call the championship then? The World Championship? Really? We call it that already, but it could actually be a World Championship with including the teams from Europe, because ultimately they've tried to incorporate Europe teams. You know, teams from Europe. We always go over to, you know, we go to London. We're in Mexico City. They eventually want to have the brand in other countries. So will that make the Super Bowl different if they start calling it something else? That's my point, is the NFL championships don't get any love, really, even by the NFL itself, because they should show all the banners, because they show records. If you ever have a record in those pre-Super Bowl eras, they show records. Like Puka Nacua just broke that wide receiver record for a rookie, and that's pre-Super Bowl era. So if they ever call the Super Bowl something else, does that mean that these Super Bowls don't mean nothing? Because guess what? It was in a different time. That's my point. So when people say, oh, you have 2 Super Bowls, that's cute. Well, yeah, we have 2 Super Bowls. But by the way, we have 2 NFL championships before the Super Bowl era. And Tom Brady stole 2 of our Super Bowls, damn it. But I'm just kidding.
It's just what they call a championship. You know, they just changed the name.
But what I mean is, if you had a great grandfather and he was a Ram fan or a Niner fan, and you saw that that team won the championship, that was available. That was the only championship available in the sport that we watch. So to me, was the championship. That was and then they got bigger and they changed it, and now they call it the Super Bowl. But that doesn't take away from that, because that was the best team in this league in that era. You know, now if you want to say about the AFL before it was the NFL, you know, that's you know, that is for that league, but that's just my point. I would just wonder from Niner fans, because I guarantee you if the Niners won multiple NFL championships, there would be some Niner fans bragging about that too. Not only that, we have a couple of NFL championships. You know, I guarantee that would be the case. I was just wondering from you guys, because you know, the Rams, every city they've been except for Anaheim, which I don't count because the woman who shall be nameless was the owner at that time, and they weren't spending a dime on the players.
That's crazy.
That's why they left to St. Louis. And so in some respect, when Carol Rosenblum, the Rams owner who died in 1979, right as the Niners and Eddie DeBarlo Jr. were about to take over the NFC West for a couple of years, because in 85 we were in the championship game, he passed away, and this gal took over the team. And so that helped the Niners boost up and get to that window, that ultimate window with the Carol Rosenblum not being the division, our owner. And I guarantee you that Eric Dickerson wouldn't have been traded. We would have had Eric Dickerson with Jim Everett. It would have been amazing. But the Rams won a championship in Cleveland. They won a championship in LA, the first pro franchise, first California team to win a championship, an NFL championship. They won a Super Bowl in St. Louis. They won a Super Bowl in LA. Every city they've moved to, they've won a championship except for Anaheim, which that was in my opinion was a leverage move, so they can finally make adjustments to the LA Coliseum, which even was a wreck in the 70s. It was old. So and then our owner died, and they didn't take her seriously, and she ended up moving away to St. Louis. But that's why, as a Ram fan, I love the Super Bowls, but I'm too young to have seen the NFL championships. But if my great grandpappy was a Ram fan and they saw the Rams win the championship, hey, don't take away from his championship. They won the championship. I just wish that the NFL would promote that more, because the early days, I mean, great players. The Niners had Y.E. Tittle, and I can't name any more than that, but I know they did have other great players.
Hey, Rudy, how long you been a Rams fan?
Since the Super Bowl against the Steelers as a kid, the '79 Super Bowl with Vince Ferragamo, and
Anaheim.
Yeah, they were in Anaheim. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And after they moved to St. Louis, you switched teams.
No, I was still a Ram fan. We would always call it loyalty over location.
So.
Oh, okay.
So like, I've been fortunate, and I've been to Kezar Stadium, like, living out here. But there were pictures of Kezar Stadium, and the last known picture was 1989, where the dome, that's the stadium. Now it's basically a part of the recreation park department. They have top football games, there for like the rivalries of because in San Francisco we have a lot of high schools, public schools, charters, private, yada yada. And also we even incorporate the schools up in what the area is called Marin County, and they played their rivalry games. They played those special Thanksgiving games, which it's always between these two schools called Balboa and Lowell. They have a hatred towards one another, those high schools, and they play at Kezar. And then of course my high school, Jefferson, because Jefferson's in Daly City. Balboa, I was there for a year. And of course, there's another school nearby, City College. They have rivalry games at Kezar Stadium. So there, when you go into Kezar Stadium, there's a lot of landmarks and, certain things. And one thing that it says there is that 10,000 seats and the grass from Candlestick was laid on Kezar and the seats there. And so as a 49er fan, I'm lucky and privileged to still have Kezar, the first home, part of Candlestick that they saved at that stadium. So that's why I don't have any hatred towards the stadium. I've been to Santa Clara, the stadium already. But at the end of the day, like, a lot of people call me a homer. Like, Candlestick Park was its own confine, its own environment. I know it wasn't the best place. A lot of people talk about the environment and certain, entities out there that, that's your opinion, but it was a place to go. It was fun. And it didn't matter if you were a team in the East, when you dealt with snow, the elements made you feel like you were playing in the East or other places. That's just how I feel.
It was closer to the field, right? Or am I mistaken? The Candlestick Park, according to the first row of the stands, was it closer to the field?
Setup? So the setup, because like it was also used for the San Francisco Giants. I'm a Giants fan as well. So it's a weird, odd shape. So during baseball season, the left field wall covered the end zone because
it was like the Oakland Coliseum. They played on like the baseball diamond, right?
Yeah,
that part of it was dirt.
So basically, like, during football season, they also put those weird bleachers that weren't the best. So being in Candlestick, you like, if you were on the field, if you were super close to the environment, and even if you went up, like, there was no bad angle of that because of the weird, circle. When you look at Candlestick, it was not a circle; it was a weird semicircle, like a weird box type of shape.
Yeah.
So That's how Candlestick. But people like there are ways to get in that stadium where like the security, like people knew like walking in Candlestick Park was very easy to get in there. And I know I'm going to be getting myself in trouble by saying this, but if you were nice to the cops, they would walk you in there because SFPD, like people knew, like it's a different era. Again, I'm old enough, but the cops were so cool. Hey, you want to go, check it out, and then we'll kick you out when the game starts. So people were able to walk around, in the field, got to see the players.
Not everywhere had cameras everywhere like these days,
I know, and of course, yeah, it was an old 1950. It was a 1950 design stadium, but now everything's all changed because I remember when the catch game where Dwight Clark caught the catch, people like went into the field and back then that's how it was. Like they did not care as long as you left the players alone. You could be on the field. So when he caught the ball, you saw the highlights. There were people on the sideline and watching them. So it was very different time. And so that's what Candlestick Park was. People understood. They were all walks of life. So like I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody else, but being privileged to have that was fun. And I tell you, like hundreds and thousands of San Franciscans who have a lot of these stories that you cannot tell to the newspaper because they will get their family members in trouble.
Hey, Rudy,
it was a much better.
How many St. Louis Rams fans do you think switched over to being Kansas City Chiefs fans after the Rams left?
Oh, a lot.
St. Louis is right there, right near Kansas City.
I knew. He does Lakers. He's from St. Louis, and he said after the Rams left from St. Louis, and what you said right now, he went to Kansas City. I said, why did you do that? He said, I'm from St. Louis. I'm not gonna go over there to LA and cheer for that team. So I'm going with Kansas.
Plus, they were bitter. They were bitter that LA even got them back. So there was a lot of sour feelings about that. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It would be really hard. Like when the Rams left LA to go to St. Louis, it would have been easy for me to have said, okay, well, I'm in California to, take the Niners or the Raiders or whoever, Chargers, whoever's in California at that time. But it's so hard once you grow up with a certain team to switch like that. I mean, I don't see how people are able to do that. But I guess if a lot of, I would say probably half of the Rams fans that were in St. Louis probably are Chiefs fans now.
Well, when the Candlestick Park was a much better football football stadium on TV. Looking at it, I've never been there. Than a baseball field, because when I would see the Dodgers versus the Giants, and you see the papers fly in the back gate.
Yeah, because
the airplanes.
Yeah, that area in Candlestick is very windy. So like it's so weird. So basically, if you look at, for those who actually live, Hunters Point, that's the shipyard. Right there is the bay. There is like a weird, cool like wind that circulates, and there's a little. I'm not saying it's a mountain, but it's like a giant hill, and so that wind gets caught in there. If it's high enough, it goes over it, and then because Daly City is nearby it, and you have the San Bruno's Mountain, that wind gets caught in there. So even when it's like 100 degrees in the city, which is very rare, it feels like it's 75 degrees. So it's tolerable. But once you leave, then you start feeling the heat again. So that's one thing that a lot of people hate. That's why they don't go to early games, is that in the month of October, so late September, October, it is hot because Santa Clara is a valley. It's a flat area. There's no mountain, so that's why it gets so hot over there.
Check this out, guys. So we were talking about this earlier about the last 25 Lombardis. This guy put a post. The last 25 Lombardis goes back pretty far. I mean, that's longer than my guy Carcast has been around. But props to you, Carcast. So I like to say, it's like the Niners have 5 Super Bowls. The Steelers have a couple of moderns earlier, recent Super Bowls not too long ago. The Cowboys, same boat. This is the last 25 Lombardis. I never really looked at it like this way. So look at this thing here. It says reality check. The last 25 Lombardi trophies. The Cowboys 0. The Raiders 0. The 49ers 0. And the Rams have 2. Now that is just facts.
I mean, even if you go
20
back 30, even if you go back 30, it's the same numbers, right?
I mean, so that's why, and that's why I always get on Rombo. I said, Rombo, these are not the Niners you remember. These are not the Niners you remember. Just like my Rams, with the woman who shall be nameless, they couldn't win the big game. They couldn't win the Super Bowl. They couldn't get over the top. Now with Stan Kroenke and McVay, but she did do it in St. Louis because now they had to pay the players. They got a Marshall Faulk. They got a Kurt Warner. Luckily, the great Ram in the Sky sent them to us. About this Super Bowl too, I posted this too. I forgot about this point, and I want to get Carcast's opinion on this too. And you guys, Andy Reid was a big Ram fan growing up, and so he was a fearsome Forsman was his guy. So check out this is a post that I put out on my tweet. Andy Reid was a big Rams fan, and he's got it here. He says, I was a big Ram fan growing up. The fearsome Forsman, man, they were my guys. Andy Reid, and then I put in Kyle Shanahan on the floor right there.
Look at that picture of Shanahan sitting on the floor.
And so I put in Kyle Shanahan on the floor right there, and I got the fearsome Forsman poster in the back, and there's Andy Reid with the cap. And so I just thought I just thought that was funny because there was a video of him when he was a little kid, 12 years old kid, and he was a giant amongst all the little kids at a punt kicking competition. It's a black and white video of him in a Rams helmet and jersey. I'm gonna have that clip one day, but I totally forgot about that. I go, it makes sense.
Corona, be for real. If you had a chance, would you get rid of Shanahan right now, or do you still want to stick with him?
Our owner's not gonna let go of him.
Who's gonna place him?
Let's say
you know what I mean?
Let's say you could get Belichick over him.
He's not coming. His ego's gonna.
But we're just being hypothetical right now. Let's say if they said, "Hey, do you want Belichick or Shanahan? Start from here on out."
Oh, Belichick, you fucking serious right now?
He answered my question.
But he's too old though. You don't think he's too old though?
Look
hey,
at Belichick.
Let me get this out of my chest right now, bro.
For not bringing him in.
Belichick did nothing. Belichick did nothing before Brady and nothing after Brady, right?
All right, what's Shanahan? What was Shanahan doing? What do you want to?
I mean, at least Shanahan's been to 3 once as offensive coordinator, but he's been to 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah, 2 blown 10-point leads. Can't do shit. What do you want? A fucking cookie or what?
I mean, that's what we've been trying to tell you guys. You guys keep defending that.
I'm not defending shit. He's not going to leave. We extended his contract already.
Yep, they extended him before he even won the Super Bowl. I mean, before he went to the Super Bowl, they extended him. I don't know why they did that.
Well, here's the problem. And again, maybe I'm just a minority when it comes to Jed York and his family. They're business people. Like his sister never wanted the team in the first place, but after the scandal, she took over the team. She knew nothing about football, and her husband, Dr. York. I want to point that out. People, I don't know why they don't address him by who he is. He's a doctor. So he ran the organization down to the ground. So they put his son, 28 years old, in 2008 or 2009, and wow, how that's gone so far. But he has learned. So at least he's learning, because when you're 28 years old, are you really running a billion-dollar entity? So, but at the end of the day, like, the dude came out and said, well, you're telling me, Kyle, that Trey Lance is not the guy, Jimmy's not the guy, Brock Purdy, who you just drafted, Mr. Irrelevant, is better than those 2 guys. Other owners would have fired you. Not me. Not me. And so people keep putting this idea that Jed York is going to put the 6th Super Bowl and the 7th Super Bowl. I don't know why people have this dumb mentality. And again, I'm on a Rams channel, and I'm the only 49er fan who will tell it how it is, but that's the owner. And he likes Kyle. For whatever the reason, he likes Kyle. Because Jim Harbaugh in 3 years went to 3 NFC championship games, and in his 4th year, with 1 year left on his contract, he got fired. It was.
I was just gonna say that. I think if the Niners hadn't gotten rid of Harbaugh, they would have a ring by now. I think that was a really bad decision to get rid of that guy at that time. You guys, they were still a great team when they fired him. I mean, it put them in a tailspin.
Well, one thing about Harbaugh, like, he really wears out his welcome. He was in San Diego.
Well, that's the thing. He wasn't a yes man. He
I know.
He wanted it his way.
He got kicked out, and then he went to Stanford. Stanford was crap. I live in the Stanford was garbage for so many years. In a short amount of time, he discovered Andrew Luck, and Andrew Luck was a really good quarterback, and unfortunately, he couldn't stay healthy. And then he comes to San Francisco. He turns, that dumpster fire of so many years into 3 NFC championship games. But because Jed York, who was still young and inexperienced, they had an argument in front of the players, and the players were like, wow. And, that's not a good sign when your players are listening, your owner argue with your coach. So when your owner sees, oh crap, the players, are going to turn on me, you know what? Let me change the culture. So that's also another bad thing that, that he has learned. But he has Kyle here for one reason. He says, Kyle, you do whatever you want. I'll leave you alone. I don't care if you put this as a dumpster fire. And you're seeing it right now, because I don't know any other owner. Why did you fire your defensive coordinator after 1 year, and then he was part of the Super Bowl? Most owners, and again, maybe I'm just an old school minded football fan, but most owners, why are you firing your defensive coordinator who you bragged of bringing over here? So that's the thing about this team, and I think I've come to the sense that this is what my team is, an NFC contender, and that's all it's going to be.
I mean, realistically, though, he's only, a handful of plays away from winning a Super Bowl, though. It's not like, it's so hard to give up on a guy that's that fucking close, but it just seems like no matter what, he's not able to get over that hump. I mean, with a team that's that stacked, it goes back. We have the same type of situation. I'm a Dodger fan, and we have almost an identical mirror type situation with the Dodgers that the Niners have with the Niners. We're constantly dominating in the regular season, and we're constantly coming up short either in the playoffs or the.
They stop hitting. I'm a Dodger fan too.
I mean, the frustration just mounts to the point where, like I go into the baseball season where I almost don't give a shit about the regular season. Like I won't even watch the games. Oh yeah, the Dodgers are on a 12-game winning streak. Who gives a fuck? They're gonna lose in the playoffs anyway. And that's the mentality that Niner fans are gonna start adapting. But
or our Kyle Shanahan, head coach.
Dave Roberts. I can't stand Dave Roberts. I haven't liked Dave Roberts.
He got fired a long time ago.
Okay,
I haven't liked Dave. I think the Dodgers
I would,
win
Johnny.
in spite of him. I think Dave Roberts is an anchor to that team. That team, he's just a little cornball.
Okay, so
I take a flyer on Trey Lance. Johnny's asking, would you trade a late pick for Trey Lance? I take a flyer on him if it doesn't cost as much.
Okay, I got a question.
I would love Mike Sosa to be the Dodgers manager.
That's who I want too, Mark Sosa.
Okay, I got a question. So I think I'm the only person who's a Giants fan, but I do have a question. I do watch MLB. I'm a baseball guy. I've seen, your Dodgers, they do really well, and then, they're at that cusp. You guys won the 2020, title, but I have MLB friends who's like, why are the Dodgers still keeping their coach? Because isn't he like a liability? So like, why is that? Like, is he a really good person?
It's because that ownership group is so involved, and Dave Roberts is a little bitch, and he just does what he's told. He's their puppet.
Yep.
So they don't want to bring in somebody, like a Mike Sosa who's going to do it his way. They don't want somebody that's going to go against the grain, against all their little analytic bullshit. Dave Roberts probably doesn't even fill out the lineup card. They probably pass it down to him.
They print it out on the computer.
How many managers that have any sort of resume are going to do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just very frustrating. Yeah, we do have the 2020 World Series, but to me, I just feel like that's just not enough for how good this team has been over the last decade and a half. The team has won over 100 games numerous amounts of times, has been the best team on the field numerous amount of times, and they just can't get it done. But baseball is a lot different team, or a different sport than football, obviously, because baseball is, it involves a lot of luck.
They play more games than baseball.
Yeah, they play more games. Once you get to the playoffs, any staff can get hot. Mm-hmm. Football is more. I don't know. It just feels like the better team has a lot better, easier chance to win in football. To me, for some reason, baseball like you can throw any team in the playoffs. If they get hot, they'll win the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, the Half Navajo says, "Is there any chance the Rams are going to pick up a free agent from the Niners?" They're talking about putting a tag on Ayuk. So maybe Juwan Jennings, if we don't re-sign Demarcus
Well, see,
Robinson.
that's the thing with Ayuk. He's come out and said that he wants to leave already. I mean, I know it was
That's his brother.
it was an emotional time. You know, they were pissed off about the Super Bowl and stuff. But let's say Ayuk really does want out, because realistically, Ayuk in a different offense, he would put up much better numbers than he does with the Niners. You know, they're a run first team and they have a lot of other options. He's like the third or fourth option on that team. If he goes to a different team where he's the first or second, you know, these receivers, man, they're divas. They love to catch touchdown passes. They love to put up a lot of yards. They love to be the man, you know, and he's not really the man in San Francisco, but he has potential to be the man on any other team. So let's say he wants out, but the Niners say, "Oh, we're going to franchise tag you, and you know you have no choice. You have to stay here." I mean, is that really what you want in your locker room? As a player that doesn't want to be there? You know, you don't want that, because that becomes a cancer. You know, you want players that want to be there.
Everybody be heading like heads, and they'd be fighting in the locker room.
Well, yeah, he'll be there. You know, and if they start getting on a losing streak, he'll start, you know, being negative, and
Talking shit.
yeah, he'll bring other players, you know, to be the same way. It's just a bad situation. You want players that want to be there,
And
whether or not you can force them
let me
to be
get
there.
this off my chest right now. Hey, I apologize. Say I thought you made a comment about my mom. I apologize, but my bad.
That's cool.
Right on, man. Apology accepted, man. I lost my mom at age 11. I've never talked about
I lost my mom too.
That's why when you said that, I was like, I've never said that, dude. So I don't know what you saw, or somebody else said it or not.
Yeah,
That's good.
But I don't do that. That's not my style, man.
Yeah, I lost my mom too, and she had a brain cancer and COVID at the same time. She passed away.
Sorry about that.
I'd rather tell someone to their face to fuck off than to say something about them. I don't talk about people's families or their kids, or that to me is.
I apologize, man. I thought you did.
It's all good, man. It's forgotten.
That's good. God bless your mom, man. And on that note, here's our two guys right here.
You still got your VCR tape though, right?
There's our two guys right there.
Jim Harbaugh.
He's in LA.
I can't stand Dave Roberts, man. I
can't stand him either.
Guys, thanks for having me on. Don't mean to cut you off, but I gotta go.
All right. John Jay.
Yep.
John Jay. Yep. Before you go, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna give you a going away thing real quick. Hold on. I'm just teasing you, so don't get mad.
John Jay, think blue, baby. The Dodgers are gonna win 125 games and lose in the playoffs.
Here we go.
I got money in the playoffs. Can't say that.
Here we go, my guy John Jay. Here we go. Hold on.
125 games and lose to like an 83 win fucking Brewer team.
Yep, in the first round. Okay, here we go.
Colorado.
Bang bang Yeller game. Bang bang Yeller game.
All right, John Jay, take care, my brother. Appreciate you, man.
Anyway, peace.
Hey, Rudy, but you see what I'm talking about as far as you know how it's so comparable, the Dodgers with the Niners. It's like it's like looking into a mirror, like the same type of franchise.
My guy
Thank
tried
you, Rudy, for putting me in.
And Corona.
I'm sorry, I'm going to be leaving here
pretty
pretty
soon. The Niners and the Dodgers. You got to deal with that shit every year.
My guy tried.
And I got the Lakers.
Oh,
Your Rams suck, Stockton. Your Rams suck, Stockton.
Hey, at least your Lakers won it though, Corona.
But my guy tried. Brochi is a GOAT. I said before, if instead of dealing with stupid Mattingly, these greenhorn coaches learning on the job with the great roster, Roberts, before when we first got him, I would have loved to have had Bruce Bochy as the Dodgers manager. We would have at least had a couple of rings with him already, because the decisions the team takes on, he's an old school manager, and we have Dave Roberts. So if we win the World Championship,
I would have rather taken Dusty Baker over Roberts.
Yes, Dusty Baker or Davey Lopes.
He went back to the Giants.
So, but that's the one thing about this ownership group is they're getting the players. That's wonderful. That's like the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe, and we did before we got Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson.
You know, I'm gonna predict that if the Dodgers don't win the World Series this year, after all this shit that they're doing this year, Dave Roberts is finally going to be gone, and Justin Turner is going to come in and be the manager, first year manager.
What?
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man. I have a feeling Justin Turner is going to be a manager in baseball.
I like Justin Turner, man. Anybody better than and prop. You know, God bless Dave Roberts for winning a championship. You know, fine, but with that roster, you should win.
That's what
And
I'm
so,
saying,
guys,
man. That you and I can walk in there and manage that team, man. They're so fucking loaded. You almost have to try to lose it with that team.
Yeah, it's
You know,
crazy. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm glad that my guy David Corona in Stockton buried the hatchet, but we're still gonna tease him about the Niners.
There was no hatchet to bury on my part, but I appreciate that.
No, because you know, I'm glad that you guys talked it out, because I'm sorry for both of your guys' family members passing away, and you know, I'm sorry for that. You know, much love to you guys, but I do want to tease you guys with this.
Hey, Rudy, Mookie Betts talked in the MLB show, and he said all the games that Dodgers gonna play this year, he's looking at as a playoff game. Do you agree with him or no?
Well, we're gonna get everybody's best shot because they're gonna go, okay, here comes the $1 billion Dodgers into our town.
Yeah, so I agree with that to the point, but it's a regular season. I don't want us to have 118 wins, and then in the playoffs. Oh man, you know, I wish we had Urias there. He didn't do that bonehead move. I hope Bueller's going to be back.
He's the number 2 pitcher.
If we have pitching, we can win the whole thing. But
it's just too bad we don't have Shohei.
But I agree with that. Yeah, I want him to do that because we're going to have a target on our back. The Dodgers are going to be in prime time.
The Dodgers are the Major League Baseball's villains now, man. You got to realize that.
You need Dustin May and then Gonzo step up, man.
Yep. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a day, man. Props to you guys coming in. Thank you guys, Stockton, everybody. Much love, guys. Appreciate you guys. I got to get ready for work. Damn it, I got to eat something before I go. Take care, guys. Appreciate you.
What time do you start working, Rudy?
I go in at 2.
Damn.
But I do want to tease you guys with this. My guy Kevin Hart. This is me telling you guys about next year, Niner fans. Hold on.
Get monetized, and you.
Hey, come here. Look at me. Hey, look at me. What I say? No. Come here. Look at me. Hey, look at me. No. Come here. Look at me. Hey, what? You want it? No.
Damn.
I'm just teasing you, but anyway, props to you, David Corona, brother. And thank you for coming in. Always love, brother. Appreciate you. Oh, I like that. That's awesome. I'm gonna put a Rams hat on that and an Aaron Donald jersey.
Dude, Aaron Donald's washed. You fucking.
What do you mean? Well, hold on.
Carcast, you're washed, bro.
Carcast.
What are you, 12 years old?
Carcast. Here's your guy. Hold on.
I hate the Niners with a passion. Like, I hate them.
That's why you say that.
Anybody who says Aaron Donald is washed automatically.
No, but honestly, Carcast is a young gentleman, so he's a young guy.
I heard trade him this year. Is that true?
But listen, he had 8 sacks and he had a young team all around him. He was getting double, triple team. Kobe Turner was learning on the job. He's not washed. He's still one of the elite players in the league. But that's okay. We'll let you guys think that.
Okay, so
we'll let you guys think that All Pro, first team All Pro again.
He doesn't do nothing against the Niners. He doesn't make those sacks against us.
Let's talk about your boy real quick before you leave. I want to end on this note.
Stockton,
Rudy.
I'm washed. Yeah. I'm not even 13. Get it right, bro.
Let's end on this note, Rudy, with Mr. Gummy Bear Bosa.
Bro, Bosa had 10 and a half sacks
Mr. $35 million a year I'm holding out. 5 missed tackles.
He still had 10 and a half sacks. Do you not watch football?
5 missed tackles in the biggest game of his life. Missed tackles. 0 sacks and
you
1
clearly didn't watch the
tackle.
Super Bowl. You know how many pressures?
$35 million.
Okay, what did Aaron Donald do this year?
$35 million for that, dude. Enjoy.
Aaron Donald made the Pro Bowl.
Aaron Donald in the biggest game of his life. He made the biggest.
Yeah, they just want to dick ride Aaron Donald. That's all they want to do.
Come on, Carcass. You know better than that. But anyway, it's okay. That's all right.
Hey, we can't blame him, Rudy. You
Yeah.
know, Donald's the one that put a stamp on the end of their year when we went to the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But
He
but
put
yeah,
a
I
stamp
mean,
on our ear. Do you know what's freaking what's his name? Fucking our interior offensive line owns him every time you guys play us.
well,
Can't get
don't.
me.
Well, you guys.
Go back and watch the NFC title game, Carcass, and learn something.
Oh,
Go back
yeah.
and watch
okay.
Donald. Just watch Donald the whole game and
Yeah,
learn
one
something.
fucking game out of how many?
It
All right,
happened to
all
be
right.
the biggest game, and then you can watch the Super Bowl, and then you could put on your VCR tape.
Yeah, Super Bowl. You know why? You know why? Because the Bengals didn't have a fucking offensive line. My
Oh,
bad.
real quick.
But the Bengals
Hold on,
happened
guys.
to
Hold
be
on.
in the Super Bowl, huh?
They
They
didn't
didn't have
have
an
an
offensive
offensive
line, but
line,
they happened to be in the Super Bowl.
Fucking
They
Hold
Javon
on,
happened to
real
beat the
Kinlaw
quick.
could do that
Chiefs.
shit. Fucking Javon
Hold on,
Kinlaw
real
could
quick.
do that shit.
Real quick. Okay, Carcass, hold on. Real quick. The Rams aren't going to be at UC Irvine next year, from what I understand. The Saints of all teams is going to take over UC Irvine. The Rams. It has been the Rams' temporary training camp facility in recent years. So they haven't announced where the Rams training camp is going to be. The Woodland Hills area is going to be close to completed, but from what I understand, that's not going to be where the training camp's going to be. So they're going to announce when the training camp, where it's going to be at. So just so you guys know. But anyway, props to you guys coming in. Carcast is still a little in his feelings about Aaron Donald. I understand that.
I'm not in my
It's
feelings.
okay.
I'm speaking the
It's
facts.
okay.
You know, if you want to.
But yes, but Carcass, I do want to make you understand something. I'll help you understand something. The Niners have had great recent luck against Aaron Donald. You guys double and triple team him. The Rams haven't had a good team around him that can get in there. They're young guys.
I've seen a lot of.
But for you to say that he's washed, okay, that's your opinion.
Yeah, he's not
that's
the same
fine.
player that he was. He's not the same player that he
okay,
was.
Okay, we'll say that.
Who is the same players they were after 11 years in the league?
Yeah, we'll say that. We'll agree with that. He's not the same Aaron Donald as he was in his prime.
Okay, so he's not the
but he
best in the
still has
entire
a lot
football,
left.
in the entire NFL like he
you
used
guys
to be.
agree that
He might be
Jalen
like
Ramsey's
4th or
washed?
5th now.
Is Jalen Ramsey washed?
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey is washed. He
And
was
Aaron
washed
Donald
the last
isn't?
year with the
Aaron Donald
Rams.
isn't? Aaron
That's
Donald
why I
isn't?
was glad we got rid of his ass. We know when players are washed.
Aaron Donald's not washed? Okay.
No, not at all.
He's not.
Stop
I mean,
being a fucking homer, bro. You're a homer.
Listen, you have a right for your opinion, but if you say that a guy that made the first team All Pro,
I'm not
eight sacks on a team that if you didn't know, do you know who Kobe Turner is, Carcast?
Yeah, the rookie. I know who he is. The rookie.
Okay, so do you know who Bobby Brown III is?
I think I've heard it. Don't you guys still have that Fox guy?
Yeah,
no, he's been gone.
No, not Fox. Jonah Williams is there. But what I'm telling you is these are young guys. Who are you going to key on the Rams defensive line? Aaron Donald gets double, triple team like all great players.
Zero?
I'm not
Agent Zero. Yeah, all these young guys. So it's okay. You have a right to your opinion.
Rudy,
I'm not going to try to change your mind. You have a right to your opinion. But I just want to let you know that Aaron Donald this year sacrificed his game stats to be a team player. He didn't complain. And Kobe Turner should have won the D-Roy. The guy on the edge, Agent Zero, Byron Young, had almost, I think, 7 sacks, 6.5 sacks. It's a process. He sacrificed his stats, but that's okay. He's not 1999, or excuse me, 2018 Aaron Donald, but he's still a top 5 defensive player.
Rudy, I get it. I'm not.
That's all we're saying. So when you say that he's washed,
if you get it, you wouldn't have said he's washed.
When you say he's washed, that means that he's no good no more.
All right,
that's what it means.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying he's not.
No, don't. Jeez,
you can say he's declined, and he's declined because he used to be the best in the whole NFL.
Carcast, you have a right to your opinion. I'm just making you understand what happened last year. Aaron Donald sacrificed his own stats to help these guys learn, take them under their wing. And so that's what happened. Or else he would have 10, 11 sacks.
I want to get my.
How would Bosa have done on the Rams team this year?
Stats don't matter. No, they matter, but they don't tell the full story.
No, but let me ask you this, Carcass. Would you say that?
So why are you looking at Aaron Donald's stats then?
He's just not the
Carcass,
same.
all I'm saying.
At his stats.
Carcass, all I'm saying is if
season.
say against the Niners, Aaron Donald had 2 sacks and he ended the season with 12 sacks. You wouldn't be saying he's washed, right? You wouldn't be saying that. He gave up his stats this year to be a mentor, to raise havoc and bring young guys under his wing.
I'm not.
Well, yeah, he's not prime Aaron Donald, but he's still a top guy.
He's 33 years old and he's been in the league for 12 years.
Can I talk?
I don't know. Can you? You're not really making sense when you do.
No,
But
well, I mean, if you let me talk, I can actually make sense. You want to keep interrupting me, but
But no, but we heard what you said, Carcass. You said he was washed, and all I was doing was just letting you know what happened this year. That's all. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying, listen, I'm not arguing with you. You have a right to your opinion. You did change it up that he's not washed. You said he's washed.
Can I
What
ask
I
you
was
something
saying,
very serious? Why does the
what I
media why does the media still like fucking like I don't want to use like any derogatory terms, but why do they like still like 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 always, oh, it's Aaron Donald this, Aaron Donald
Because
that.
he's
There's
a
so many other star
disruptor.
defensive
Watch
tackles in
the
the
tape.
NFL. Chris
Watch the tape.
Jones,
He
Chris
disrupts
Jones,
every game that he plays in. He's a
well,
disruptor.
like
Christian
Carcass,
Wilkins,
like
Christian Wilkins,
let me say
Chris
it this.
Jones.
Let
No
me
one
say it
gets
this.
that. No
Well,
one gets
Chris
much
Jones
credit
is younger
except
than
for
Aaron Donald for one thing. But let me just say this: if Aaron Donald was on the Rams D line this year, Kobe Turner wouldn't have been a close D Roy. He would be a good player, but he wouldn't be the same player he was with Aaron Donald there.
Rudy, I
Yeah.
don't like the Rams, but I like Aaron Donald's a good player. I never called him trash. Yes, he makes players
I think you're
around him
just
better.
jealous that he gets so
He's
much
a role
attention.
model.
He's
He
not a
makes players.
Niner.
Well,
That is what it comes down to, Rudy. He's just jealous that all the
I'm not
experts,
jealous. I'm not
all
jealous.
the
Why would I
experts,
be jealous? Why would I be
because all
jealous?
the experts see the greatness
I
in
don't give my
Donald,
team
and you're
passes. I'm
mad
not a
about
homer.
it.
I'm not a
You're
Carcass,
homer.
mad.
I'm not a homer
let
like
me
that.
Why
just
would those experts who aren't even Rams fans give so much credit to Donald?
Dude,
let me
you're literally Nick Wright 2.0. I don't want to hear
But
it.
why?
hold
Tell
on,
me
Carcass.
what their motivation would be to praise Donald when they're not even Rams fans. What's their motivation?
All right, then stop shitting on Nick Bosa. So, like the
Well,
fuck?
when I see somebody making $35 million a year and missing
Wait,
4
but
tackles
wait
in
a
the
minute.
Super Bowl,
Isn't Nick Bosa's in his prime, right? He's in his
he's
prime.
supposed to be the man right now. He held out for $35 million or whatever
But
the fuck ridiculous amount
but
of money he's making.
but Carcass, just to answer your question, why they keep propping up Aaron Donald? Because when you look at the film, if you look at his film, he doesn't take a down off. He's always in there raising havoc, like Stockton said. The results haven't shown on the stats.
If you
but
don't double
because he's
team
doing
him,
that,
you're done. You have to
yeah,
double
I
team
mean,
him every play.
so that's all we're saying. Is he prime Aaron Donald from when he won this last Defensive Player of the Year award? No, but he's still good and he still flashes prime when he's at one-on-one competition. So anyway, props to you coming in, Carcass.
And he
So
still
Aaron
plays
Donald,
big in big games, which Bosa doesn't.
Aaron Donald, if he missed mini camp, OTA, training camp, you think he would have 11, 12 sacks like he did? No.
Yeah, he did that before. He held out one year. He missed one game. He came in and dominated.
He didn't miss a beat. But anyway, all right, man. I gotta go, guys. Take care, guys. Props to you, man.
I hope you learned something, Carcass. I hope you learned something. Do your homework. Do your homework,
all right.
buddy.
All right,
do your
take care.
homework, bro. You do your homework.
All right, guys.
Later,
take care.
later, brother. Do your homework, Carcass.
All right, brother.
Be more prepared, like Bosa.
All right. Props to you guys, and to the Niner fans coming in. Thank you guys for coming in. Here's for you. All right, guys. Great stream. Thank you guys for coming in. Love each and every one of you guys. Carcass, props to you. All we were saying, man, was that Aaron Donald, we understand, is not Aaron Donald, prime Aaron Donald from his last Defensive Player of the Year award. We understand that. Still very good. Still one of the top players. Chris Jones is much younger than Aaron Donald in his prime, but he's still one of the best players in the NFL. That's all we're saying. Nobody was attacking Carcass. We were just explaining to him. That's all. All right, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. And SG, sorry I couldn't come in. I couldn't bring you in because I got to leave, man. I got to leave. But props to you. Dano says, Rudy, get something to eat and get ready for your work. Yeah, I got to eat something. Props to you, man. Thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate you guys so much. But Carcass, again, nobody's, I'm not appreciating your opinion. You have a right to your opinion. But as a Ram fan, seeing the team every down, Aaron Donald sacrificed his own stats for helping these guys to help these guys under his wing, help them learn the position. He was big time for Kobe Turner. Kobe Turner will tell you, Aaron Donald helped me a lot this year. Whenever I can ask him questions. He sacrificed his personal stats, getting in there, blood, sweat, and tears in there for these guys learning, taking the next step. And that's why he's coming back next year. So anyway, appreciate each one of you guys. Love each and one of you guys. As we always say, may the Remilia be with you. And Ramulators, mount up. All right, guys, take care. Appreciate it.